Psycho biddies, menopausal maniacs, Grand Dame Guignol. These are all salacious names for an equally salacious subgenre of horror known as Hagsploitation. Films that dare not only to tackle the terrifying fate that all women and femme-presenting people have to face, but do so gleefully. If our social capital is stored in our good looks and youth, what monstrosity do we turn into when we age? As films that dare to challenge the beauty binary, they are perfect companions to new queer cinema. Films like 1964's Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte and 1971's Whoever Slew Auntie Roo are examples of hagsploitation at its finest, but few reach the camp, the cult status, and the innate queerness that is 1962's Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Directed by Robert Aldrich, Whatever Happened to Baby Jane stars screen legends Bette Davis and Joan Crawford as Blanche and Jane Hudson, two spinsterly sisters living out their days in a mansion that's decrepitude matches the decay of their own familial relationship. Jane, played by Bette Davis, is a spoiled former child star who eventually found herself outshone by her more talented sister Blanche, played by Joan Crawford. After Blanche is left paralyzed in an accident that Jane caused, Jane is left as her sister's sole and embittered caretaker. Desperate to stay socially relevant, Jane clings to the vestiges of her past, but when Blanche's films get a revival on television, Jane finally fully unravels and begins tormenting her sister in acceleratingly cruel ways. But besides having built a cult following, what about a movie featuring two actors playing straight women as queer? Joan Crawford and Bette Davis have both been considered gay icons for generations, with author Mindy Buchanan King even pointing out how Crawford's high cheekbones and sharp jawline made her ripe for impersonation, with innumerable drag queens paying homage to her. Even Brett Farmer, in his essay on film spectatorship, specifically calls out both actresses as being important to queer reads of films. But that's not all. These two women set the stage for queering a film, but it's how Whatever Happened to Baby Jane handles the horrors of aging through the lens of hagsploitation filmmaking that makes this a truly queer film. Alexander Doughty talks about how camp is an appreciation of excess and making a spectacle out of everything that is supposed to be straight. Doughty also talks about the correlation of women behaving in more masculine manners, or being butch, and the inherent villainy in being anything less than perfectly feminine. Jane does both of these things in spades, often in the same breath. As an adult, she still dresses as if she were a child star, curling her hair in Shirley Temple-esque sausage curls, a giant bow upon her head, and chiffon dresses that are nearly identical to the one her life-sized replica doll wears. However, there's a grotesque nature to this all. Her hair is frizzy, her dresses slump off her shoulders. When she wants to be pale, to be white, oh boy is she ever, thanks to a ton of pancake makeup. Whenever she is engaging with men, her voice is light, more articulate, and she tries to pantomime out an act of innocent youth, often referring to her late father as Daddy. She is trying desperately to emulate the standard of youth and beauty that heteronormative society demands, but her body has rebelled and continued to age anyways, and so she's become monstrous. Around women, she walks heavy-footed, shuffling her weight across the room and snarling at anyone who crosses her path. Whenever a man doesn't recognize the great Baby Jane Hudson, such as when she's trying to speak to the copywriter as she's placing an ad for an accompanist, the visage of feminine wiles slips away for a second or two, and she panics. This is the power of hagsploitation films. They challenge what is considered attractive by taking one of our greatest fears, our fading social relevance, and turning it into a monster. Jane is drunk. She's cruel, forcing her sister to choose between starvation and two of the most horrific lunch plates that I've ever seen, then mocking Blanche when she says she's hungry. As Niall Richardson says in Poisoning the Circean System, queer filmmaking is about making the familiar unfamiliar, and Hagsploitation does the same. It takes the familiar bodies of starlets we've known and loved and makes something strange of them. At the time of this film, both Crawford and Davis had all but faded away. But whatever happened to Baby Jane reignited both of their careers in ways that were monstrous echoes of the roles they used to play. Blanche may have kept her good looks and grace, but now she is disabled, wheelchair bound in a house that it isn't exactly ADA friendly, wholly reliant on Jane. Jane, on the other hand, is a mockery of everything feminine, a parody of childlike innocence. Neither women fit the able-bodied, perfect, and attractive binary that heteronormative society demands of us. Now, this is usually the point where someone will come along and say something along the lines of, and that's okay. But here it's not. In the final closing scene, Jane finally gets one last rapt audience watching her every move as she dances along the sands of a California beach, an ice cream cone in each hand. She is oblivious to everything but the fact that people are once again paying attention to her, completely missing the fact that the reason that she's the center of attention is because the crowd is watching out of a combination of compulsion and repulsion. Jane has finally become the spectacle. And that, my friends, is very queer.